Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and you wanna know who I do not want to be this morning? I do not want to be one Phil Spencer, who is probably coming off of a long flight to Tokyo, Japan, and attending Tokyo Game Show, and he wakes up probably with his phone absolutely blowing up, with people being like, what the hell is going on? I would be losing hair if I was him, as Bethesda's title release schedule has been entirely leaked. And boy, oh boy, do we have some bombshells that are a part of this. This is coming from the FTC stuff that was going on. And yeah, there's some wild stuff here, some stuff that makes me incredibly excited. However, a lot of these games are probably very, very early on, so I wouldn't expect to, play them anytime soon, but Bethesda's roadmap looking kinda spicy to say the least. So, okay, the stuff that we already know about, this was Bethesda's roadmap going back to fiscal year of 2020, and it notes it goes up to fiscal year of 24, but that's estimated, and, like, a lot of this stuff is gonna be, like, 2028, especially, like, Elder Scrolls 6. Like, I think I'm reading this right, but, like, I don't even understand why Elder Scrolls 6 was in the fiscal year 24 section. Bruh, nobody thinks that game's out in 2024. So, 2020 and 2021 is pretty much, like, everything that we already know about. There is, and then you get into the spicy stuff. Indiana Jones game, that'll probably be out in the fall of 2024 or 2025, I would imagine. Like, I think that game is still, got some work to do, but that would be a big fall release for Microsoft. Oblivion Remastered. There were some rumblings that Oblivion Remaster is already near completion and it's getting turned into a remake or being pushed for strategic reasons. Oblivion Remaster is huge, and if they get that turned into a complete remake, I'm not saying it has to be a full ground-up remake, but if you can find a happy medium between, your typical thrown-together remaster and a full-on remake, like, I think that would be a healthy medium to get to that. Like, people love Oblivion. I wasn't as crazy about it, but, Skyrim is the game that really got me into Elder Scrolls. Oblivion is the game that, when I talk to people, it seems like Oblivion's the one that they really enjoy, so take that for what you will. Elder Scrolls Online expansion, Starfield DLC, we already know Shattered Space is on the way, given that that is part of the premium edition. I imagine that'll be an early 24 release. Then there is Doom Year Zero and DLC, Project Kestrel, whatever that is, Elder Scrolls Online expansion, and then Project Platinum. I don't know what the projects are. Maybe you guys can dissect that a little bit more. And then they note Project Kestrel expansion, licensed IP game, I don't know what that could be. Fallout 3 Remaster, that's gonna get people really excited, especially because Fallout 3 on PC kinda got some issues, so if we can get an updated release of that, I think people would be incredibly excited for it. Fallout 3 is one of those incredibly iconic games. When are we coming up? I guess this year would be the 15th anniversary, so they're gonna miss out on that. You could drop a Fallout 3 Remastered whenever. You definitely don't want to drop Fallout 3 Remastered and Oblivion Remastered around the same time. You should stagger those releases, and you can get some mileage out of remastering the legacy Bethesda titles. Absolutely. Like a Fallout 3 and Oblivion. I don't want to say Skyrim, but, bro, honestly, you probably could do something with Skyrim and, like, make people pay another $60. But Fallout New Vegas, of course. A lot of people want a Fallout New Vegas a sequel, and you've got Obsidian in the family as well, so that makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, Fallout 3 Remaster would be huge. Elder Scrolls Online expansion, so that's just going to be here to stay. Ghostwire Tokyo sequel. That was, of course, done by Tango Gameworks, the same studio that brought you Evil Within. A little bit surprised by that. Playing through Ghostwire Tokyo, I feel like while I did feel like the second half of that story was very unsatisfying, at the same time, I really don't know where you could go with the sequel unless you're doing like an entirely like new story arc or something like that, but that's probably what they would do. I didn't also see Ghostwire Tokyo being that, like, slam dunk of a hit, but I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was pretty solid. I thought the ambiance was great. I thought the gameplay, while it did get a little bit redundant, the different elemental abilities and whatnot, I thought were well executed, and, yeah, like, I would like to see a sequel for that. And, yo, also thinking about it, like, all these games, like, being on Game Pass, even though you know all of them are gonna have that early access gimmick baked into it, that's kind of wild to think about. Like, Game Pass is gonna be given some value, and, if that price don't increase, I'm gonna be shocked. But nonetheless, a Ghostwire Tokyo sequel would be a nice addition. Dishonored 3. So Dishonored, Dishonored is done by the Arcane team that brought you Deathloop most recently. Deathloop came out in the fall of 2021, and that Arcane team is fairly good about turning around and putting out games. Like, I want to say Dishonored 2 came out when? In 2016, then they did Death of the Outsider, and then they did Deathloop. I don't think there was a game in between there from Arcane. Quote me, or correct me if I'm wrong, but given that we're 2 years removed from the release of Deathloop, Dishonored 3 probably can get announced sometime next year, and get ready for a 2025 release. Like, I don't think that's that crazy for Dishonored 3 to come out in 2025, and that's obviously a major release. I just feel like Dishonored as an IP is gonna be very, very powerful for Microsoft to utilize. Like, really make Dishonored a backbone for Microsoft as one of those IPs that's a pillar IP. Like, I think people love Dishonored, and it's a legit, like, marquee title for me, at least. Like, I love Dishonored 1 and 2, and I think Dishonored 3 would get people incredibly excited. Like, Deathloop is what it is. Like, I'm not crazy about Deathloop. Like, I think Deathloop is kind of mid, and I know that game got, like, insane reviews, but it's just not really my cup of tea. If you enjoyed Deathloop, more power to you, but I would like that team to work on Dishonored. Now, if you're thinking about Redfall and all that, that's done by Arcane Leon, and I believe that's the team that did Prey. So the Prey team did Redfall. So hopefully, like, that Arcane team works on something more akin to Prey, because I think that team would be more suited for that, and that's gonna get people more excited than what Redfall was. But Redfall came together before the Bethesda acquisition, and I can totally understand why Microsoft wouldn't want to come in and be like, alright guys, drop this Redfall nonsense and go do Prey 2. Like, yo, you don't want to come in and immediately make these, these crazy decisions, scrapping games and whatnot. They're probably just like, alright, Redfall's already kind of far along, let's finish that up, and then we'll see how that turns out. But the game obviously was a absolute disaster, so hopefully they'll course correct that part of Arcane and get them doing what they'll excel at, and that's probably atmospheric single-player games. But Dishonored 3 being done by the other Arcane team, that's super exciting, and hopefully that turns out pretty well, and I'm excited for more Dishonored. Like, Deathloop, again, got great reviews, but Dishonored was what I wanted out of Arcane. And then Doom Year Zero DLC is noted as well. Doom's gonna be here to say, and yeah, that makes sense from id Software to have Doom on their in their portfolio. It's kind of wild to think about all of these IPs that, with this Bethesda acquisition, that's PlayStation's just gonna get screwed out of, man. This is a lot of games that in a different timeline would be on PlayStation, but PlayStation want to do the game where they sign up for these timed exclusives. I mean, a fair game. I had heard that Sony was trying to get a Starfield exclusivity deal, and Microsoft came in and just was like, yeah, yo, let's just buy Bethesda. But yeah, we'll see how all of this turns out. Again, as far as release windows go, I would take all of this with a grain of salt, especially stuff like Elder Scrolls 6. That's not going to be out till like 2028, if that. So just keep all that in mind. But that'll do it for me. Again, this is an exciting roadmap for Bethesda. As long as we get the other Arcane team course-corrected into doing what they're good at, even if Prey wasn't a commercial success, I think they would be better off than doing friggin' Redfall 2 or some nonsense like that, or some live service trash. So, yeah, let's hope they get that right. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.